Hey, welcome to 2 Minute Stuff. I'm going to attempt the ever famous stuffed pumpkins. Let's go. All right, let's make a fabric pumpkin. I'm going to call this Winging It with Amber because I am winging it. All right, things you'll need are fabric and a rectangle of fabric at that. You'll need a needle and thread or a sewing machine, something to stuff the pumpkin, and then I am using for the top a stick I found in the yard and a glue gun to glue the stick on. Also, you'll need some sort of yarn, embroidery thread, or I'm using some jute from the Dollar Tree. All right, number one, cut your fabric. It's got to be a rectangle. I believe mine is 9 by 18 or something like that. But you get the gist, 12 by 24, 6 by 12, 7 by 14, etc. All right, flip your triangle inside out so it looks like a square. And you're going to sew along the sides so you have a little purse. Since mine's folded, I didn't need to sew the bottom, but if you need to sew the bottom, do that as well. And none of these threads will be showing, so you can use whatever random threads you want. All right, flip your little pocket right side out, and we're gonna stuff it. Now you can stuff it as much as you want. I think I kind of did like 3/4 full because you want your pumpkin to be a little smushy. But if you want a really full round pumpkin, do that as well. All right, when you're all done, I was gonna sew the top with a needle and thread, and then I was like, no, I'm too lazy for that. I'm gonna use a sewing machine. However, in hindsight, I should have used needle and thread. So, use needle and thread. But anyway, I went to the sewing machine and I did a quick basting stitch, and I did not forward and back because, as you can see from this next clip, I'm gonna just pull it tight so it's ruchy. Trust me, needle and thread would have worked so much better. I thought I was so cool using my sewing machine, but no. So anyway, pull it tight, tie it, or use needle and thread. All right, next I'm gonna make it look like a pumpkin. So I'm gonna use my jute twine, and I am going to cut 3 pieces. One is gonna go right up and down the middle, and then you're going to tie it as much as you want to smush your pumpkin. So I tied my first one, then I'm kind of putting the second one in and out of the first one just so the string kind of stays put. Also, when I'm tying it, I'm taking the top and just kind of balling it up, and I'm not really tying it into place. Just putting all this twine on top is holding it in place. So tie it up, smush it, tie it up, smush it, tie it up, and smush it. So now I think it really looks like a pumpkin. All right, after I tied all the twine, I thought, you know what, this is not quite pumpkin-y enough. So I grabbed my needle and thread, and I grabbed the longest needle I can find, which honestly wasn't that long. And I put the needle in the bottom, and then I smushed the pumpkin so I could grab the needle up top. And this was hard. It felt like the needle was going to get lost inside the pumpkin, but just smush it, grab the needle carefully, do up and back so it's going back towards the bottom, and then you can tie it off at the bottom. So that kind of pulling my pumpkin's top and bottom with that thread made it kind of more squishy. All right, up next, plugging in the glue gun. And I'm going to go out to my garden and find a piece of wood. I've seen people use felt, like wrapping up felt, so it's a little brown tube of felt, but I want to go all natural. I decided on this plant in my front yard, and I'm using tin snips. That's all I had. This is apparently the, how do I say this? This was the hardest thing ever to cut. It took me way too long. But anyway, once I got it, I just hot glued it on. And you know what? I like those random burlap strands. It's kind of like a vine, kind of a leaf-esque feel. Anyway, I like those strands of burlap. So that's it. It probably took me 10 minutes. And it was 10 minutes because I had no idea what I was doing. So like, subscribe. You know how this works. See you later.